You thought you picked your bias because they winked at the camera, or maybe because they had the best vocals. You picked them because your inner child saw something familiar, something safe, something that matches your freak. I'm sorry. Something that matches the way you love or run from it. It's about who made you feel seen and slightly panicked. Hong Joong, anxious, preoccupied. Oof, sit down for this. Just sit the fuck down. You crave closeness, but you also expect abandonment. In Hong Joong, he's magnetic and mysterious, close enough to touch, but always one step ahead. If he's your bias, you're the kind of person who shows love by over functioning. You chase, you prove, but secretly you're hoping someone finally says, "You don't have to earn me." That's, you know what? When he says, like, you can't look at other oppas, you can't stand other groups, that's where this is coming from. You're drawn to leaders because they seem so sure of themselves, but you can't look at other oppas. Sir, what is you scared about? Anyway, you're drawn to leaders because they seem so sure of themselves, something you often pretend to be. But what you really want is to be chosen freely, not because you asked louder. See how that circles back? You love intensely, you feel deeply, and you're always wondering if it's too much. Spoiler, it's not. If you haven't liked this video, like this video, and also subscribe to the channel so you can get more of these videos delivered to your inbox. They won't go to your inbox, but I just felt like saying that. Back to the show, baby. Seonghwa, fearful avoidant, aka disorganized. And this, when I wrote this, I felt bad about myself, but I'm gonna power through. This is the call out. This is my therapy to myself. All right, let's go. You want intimacy until someone gets too close. You romanticize stability, but when it arrives, you flinch. If Seonghwa is your bias, guilty, you're drawn to perfection because you're terrified of being messy. And I'm not talking about like a mess, like an actual mess. I'm talking about emotionally, baby. You want to be adored, but fear truly being seen. Seonghwa represents elegance, control, and gentle affection. You imagine being loved softly, fully, without conditions. But here's the twist, Hoochie. You don't believe you're ready for that kind of love. You want someone to break down your walls, but only if they do it perfectly. You love like it's a test, and you're waiting for someone to pass it without ever knowing the rules. Damn, I'm kind of impossible. Shit. Okay, well, I gotta work on that. So do you. All right, this video can be used for your bias or your wrecker. I just wanted to label it as bias, but let us move on to Yunho. Yunho, secure attachment. If Yunho is your bias, you want what your nervous system was always meant to have: steady presence, emotional safety, laughter that doesn't come with a catch. You're drawn to Yunho's energy because he doesn't just say, "I've got you." He means it. You value connection that doesn't feel like a performance. You've probably done your healing. You've gone to therapy or not, I don't know. Or at least journaled with intent. Possibly, I don't know. You believe in love that feels safe to fall into. And if you haven't had it yet, you're finally ready to receive it. Just how I want to receive you now, but not in a spiritual way. Physical, baby. You don't want any chasing involved. You don't want to have to prove yourself to get this love. You just want the love already standing at the door for you. It's just there. It's there and it's waiting for you. Let us move on to Yeosang. We're almost done with Hyungs, by the way. Yeosang, avoidant, dismissive. If Yeosang is your bias, you crave connection, but from a distance. You feel safest in the background, quiet, observing, and that's exactly how Yeosang moves. Graceful, restrained, present, but never intrusive. You want love, but the second someone gets too close, you ghost yourself. Where are you going? Like, where are you? Okay. You intellectualize emotion. Label it, archive it, but rarely feel it fully. You're drawn to people who won't overwhelm you, who match your silence, who speak through gestures, not grand declarations. You long for someone to slowly walk past your defenses, without forcing the door open. Yeosang is your bias because he feels like safety without presence. You don't want to be fixed. You just want to be understood. San, anxious, avoidant, chaos loop. This is a mess. A mess. I'm not saying you're messy. You got a lot of big feelings. So just sit down again and just listen up. You want intensity, eye contact, full body devotion. But you also want to hide under a table the second someone returns it. If San is your bias, your attachment style is best described as I crave deep love, but I also might block you if you take too long to text. You love hard, but fear it harder. You attach quickly, fantasize easily, and secretly test people to see if they'll stay. San feels like a love story that burns too bright to ignore. You don't just want affection. You want someone who fights for you, who tears down your walls with reckless tenderness. But part of you is convinced if someone sees all of you, they'll leave. And that's what makes this attachment style so brutal. You want someone who proves you wrong every day. Can you see how that'll be a problem like every single day? I'm not saying that you are a problem, but don't you want to work past that? Do you think there's a possibility? I'm not judging you. I'm not a doctor. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's move to Mingi. Mingi, disorganized, fearful, avoidant. If Mingi is your bias, your attachment style is like your Spotify playlist. All over the place, but deeply curated. You want closeness, but it scares you. You want space, but it hurts you. You grew up learning that love was unpredictable. So now, you subconsciously chase the same chaos. Mingi is emotional honesty in motion. He says what he feels, even when it trembles. And that kind of raw vulnerability, you admire it and envy it. You don't know how to ask for comfort, but you desperately want someone to notice when you need it. If he's your bias, you're learning to hold contradictions, wanting love but not knowing how to stay soft long enough to receive it. You're not broken. You're rebuilding your own language for closeness. And if you're interested in more closeness, you can always join the Patreon and or the Discord linked down below. There might be some spaces for you, baby. Wooyoung, anxious, preoccupied with a flirt defense mechanism. If Wooyoung is your bias, you're a flirty, anxious ball of emotional suspense. You overanalyze every interaction. You replay conversations. You read silence as rejection. But instead of showing it, you turn up the charm. You flirt, perform, entertain, because being desired feels safer than being known. Wooyoung speaks your language. Big energy, big loyalty, big fear of being forgotten. You want someone who sees the you behind the teasing, the part that gets quiet when the party ends. You're scared of being abandoned, so you sparkle harder. But what you really want is for someone to walk into the room, see through the leather and all that coffee that you drink, and they'll stay anyway. Wow, I love that. And also, your closet is such a mess. Or am I under the bed? Or am I reading your diary in the bathroom? I don't know where I am. Anyway, we're going to go to the maknae, Mr. Jongho. Let's go. Avoidant who's tired of avoiding. If Jongho is your bias, you've always been strong, reliable, emotionally stable to a fault. You've learned to suppress need because it wasn't safe to have any. But deep down inside, you're tired. You want softness. You want to be held. You want someone to say, you don't have to be the strong one today. Jongho represents unshakable presence, but also surprising vulnerability. And that's what you crave. A love that respects your silence, but invites your softness. You're avoidant, but you're done running. You want someone to knock once and wait until you're ready to open. Hooshie, we've been through a lot. Again, I'm not a doctor. I know nothing of mental health. This video is for entertainment purposes and it's not meant to diagnose anything. I am an A-teenie who is delusional. And I have read a couple of things and I love using ATEEZ as the image of what I think each of these attachment styles are, because that's what we have in common at the end of the day. ATEEZ present. Like, we have all of those things. I have some more things to say to you, okay? Your bias didn't just make your heart race. Your bias didn't just make you scream for your life seeing him do a body roll. Your bias is not responsible for you snailing all over the place. And if you don't know what that means, you haven't been on the channel long enough. But anyway, your bias made you feel like your attachment wounds are going to be seen, like they get you, like they understand you. Whether you chase, avoid, perform, or freeze, there's a reason their energy feels magnetic to your system. Your love style, it's not broken, it's patterned, and your bias just might be the mirror you didn't know you needed. Again, this is all just my opinion. But I do have some questions down below that I would love for you to answer. They're in the pinned comment. Also, if you would like to join the Patreon and the Discord, it's linked down below. I don't know if there are any spaces for you, but you surely can try to get in. And if you're not ready for that sort of commitment, you can always join the YouTube family, where you will get early access to all the videos and a shout out on Saturday. You're like, what the fuck goes on Saturday? I go live, baby. At 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can talk to me in the chat and all the things. And you can talk to other Pharaoh A. Teeny. Oh, there's a playlist up above, and I think you're gonna like the video. Also, can you open up your front door because I'm here? Okay,